to a, sorry for the expression, war zone, that's an interesting question.
So, Jeffrey, I'd love for you to stay and join for this conversation. We're going to bring in Democratic Senator Mark Warner of Virginia. He's the vice chair and top Democrat on the Senate Intelligence Committee. And during his opening statements at yesterday's hearing with the administration's intel heads, he said the situation was mind-boggling and demonstrates sloppy, careless, incompetent behavior. Senator, do these text messages that are now released by The Atlantic, by Jeffrey's reporting, answer some of the questions that you couldn't get answers to yesterday?
Well, it sure answers the question that the two witnesses, I believe, lied when they said, oh, nothing to see here, nothing classified. One of the witnesses tried to hedge a little bit later about, well, this may be defense classified, but you would have to be an idiot not to understand what Jeffrey just laid out is at a huge classification level, that if it had fallen into enemy hands and the Houthis had been able to realign their offenses, American lives could be lost. And the reason why I say it's a pattern, you know, the first 2 weeks of the administration, they inadvertently released the names of 200 new CIA agents. Those individuals, if their identities are known, they can't be put into the field now. That's hundreds of thousands of dollars of training beyond screwing up those people's lives. There's not a day that goes by that you guys don't report another one of the Doge boys in one of our classified agencies giving up personal information. This is a pattern of sloppiness and incompetence that I think reflects this administration's approach, at least towards sensitive information.
And Jeffrey, I wonder what you make when you hear Senator Warner saying those two top officials lied. What questions does it raise in your mind, given what you received, what you're reporting? For me, it's how many other group chats are out there on Signal.
Right. I'd like to be invited to more of these groups where allegedly nothing happens. What it raises for me, well, a number of things. I think the semantic games are fascinating here. I believe it was Tulsi Gabbard who said, well, maybe there's defense classified information, but not intelligence classified information. But it's all one thing. I mean, it's a combined effort. When the U.S. engages in kinetic action against an enemy, obviously many intelligence agencies are involved in helping the Defense Department and the combatant commanders understand what they're up against. It's all one thing. It's all one operation. There are many, many different branches of the United States government combining efforts. So there's leakage from silo to silo. It's not like, well, that's the Air Force's problem, that's the Navy's problem, that's the CIA's problem. It's one big attack.
Right.
Fed. And can I just interrupt there? Can I?
Yeah.
Could I just add that, you know, to add what Jeffrey said, you know, it's not like you suddenly say, well, this isn't CIA sourced, so I don't have to keep it secret. I mean, that is so does not pass the smell test. I mean, this is the Signalgate fiasco, I guess, but it just, it's crazy. And the effect, we talked about the effect on American soldiers, but the effect on our allies, this is all based on trust relationships. I mean, I get America first, but it shouldn't be America alone. And where this crowd is taking us is to an America that is going to be less safe because they don't keep information secret, less safe because our allies are not going to be trusting us, less safe on the economy because an example that didn't make much news, one of our commercial space companies was delivering photos to Ukraine, Maxar. Well, that contract got arbitrarily put on hold. What European country or foreign company is going to ever buy American space services? So this level of incompetence is going to ripple through the economy. It's going to ripple through our place in the world, and it's just inexcusable.
So it's the top of the hour, and if you're just joining us, we are following breaking news right now about the massive Trump administration security breach. The Atlantic and editor-in-chief Jeffrey Goldberg has released the texts on the group chat on the commercial app Signal that basically lays out war plans, an imminent war plan. And Jonathan Lemire, the